What's going on, good people? It's Byron Scott back with another live.
And that
And that
I
that
can.
is a
I was just thinking I can actually hear what you're saying. I just can't see you. I can't look at you, but I can actually talk.
it got you. I don't know if the people on YouTube can hear you. Remember, I had somebody on my computer and you couldn't hear them.
Yeah.
I don't know if they will,
I
but
want to distract you because
nah.
they'll be like, "Who's this guy talking?"
I want to see if they can hear you. The people on IG can hear you though. What's going on, my people on IG? My people on YouTube? Back with another live. If you in here, if you can hear that, let me know. They said they can hear you, that. Your boy Ali said he can hear you. You heard me, that?
Yeah. Okay. Can I hear this train?
No, they can't hear the train. Can y'all hear Thad? Thad is on my computer. He's only audio. He said, "Ask my guy, did he hit that walk today?"
I did. Ali's question from yesterday inspired me. I walked 30 minutes today, played the game. I had a very enjoyable time doing it as well.
Oh man, that's
anytime
crazy.
I can play video games and multitask, it's a good day.
They're playing video games and multitasking. So yeah, man, we here to talk about the secrets, right, of getting a wholesale deal, right? So what are the secrets of getting these wholesale deals? I know there's I start thinking about stuff that we do that we necessarily don't talk about, but the little things that help us get a deal, right? So as people who've done deals, you see the little things like, oh, that little tweet right there got us that deal, so or things that we did that's like, oh dang, that sparked that deal, right? So we're gonna talk about some secrets to getting wholesale real estate deals that are rarely talked about, right? So what's up? I give a shout out to the people that's coming through. We got Ali who came through, Tommy's coming through, Anita is coming through, man. Appreciate y'all coming through. Tommy said all good, he can hear you. Anita said, hey guys, it's been a minute. I've been catching the replays. And yes, we can hear you, Thad. So told you, Thad, man, they love you. You're a fan favorite, dude.
Byron be saying that every time I don't show up, he'd be like, they were asking about you. So
you're a fan favorite. A fan favorite.
I'm feeling the love.
So Matthew on IG says, got 6K to invest. What should I do to get a deal in 30 to 60 days? Well, if I really wanted to get a deal in 30 to 60 days, what would you do, Thad? If you had 6K and you was trying to get a deal fast, what would you do?
I was trying to get a deal fast and I had 6K. I might even look at like maybe pay-per-click.
Yeah.
Like you might not have time to like put out a whole like testing platform, write templates and blah, 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 blah. But you might have enough money. You got enough money to maybe do pay-per-click real quick and try to, get in, get out. But I'm still thinking, like, if I had 6K, do you have any buyers already? Like in this scenario, do you already have buyers or do you have no buyers?
Because if you don't have buyers, it's still gonna be tough to pull it off in 60 days. But like Dan said, pay-per-click, you get real good deals, and you could probably throw them up there on Facebook or throw them up there on Bigger Pockets or a lot of different platforms and make a deal out of them because they're really good. Say, yes, I have buyers. So they got buyers, want a deal in 30 to 60 days.
Yeah, if he's got buyers, then if he's got if he's got buyers, then I think that he might be able to just buy a lead that's in their buy box. Give himself a chance to dance.
That's another thing. There's a website called Speed to Lead or Lead to Speed to Lead, I think it is. It's like where you can buy pay-per-click leads. Speed to Lead, I think it is. I Speed to Lead. Uh, you can buy pay-per-click leads. The reason I would do it this way is because, like, if you do just pay-per-click, you don't know really what you're gonna get, right? But if you know what your buyers want, you can look at the I Speed to Lead leads, right? Because they tell you like where they are, and most times you know they give you a little bit about the property where you could say, oh, this might fit what my buyer want, and then you could buy that lead. If you got 6K, you can buy up a lot of these pay-per-click leads.
Yeah, you can buy a lot of leads.
Yeah, and just go after them. You know, you know, just go after them, man. So I say that's one way. If you know anything about texting, uh, I would say you could probably get, Launch Show or Lead Sherpa and skip trace as many properties as you can and just go crazy texting people. Uh, if you got buyers, like that'll probably work. If you got like buyers that's ready to like make an offer, you know what I'm saying? They just making offers. But I would say that speed to lead, if you just got 6K that you just gonna throw at something and you already got buyers, shoot, you ain't gotta do nothing but go on their website, look at the leads that kind of fit your buyer's buy box and just buy them up. Right? Just buy them up and call them immediately, and just get those leads when they fresh, you know, call them up, call them up, call them up. And then you got a buyer, you can make them offers, just keep making offers. And in 60 days, you'll have something, right? You'll have something.
Another thing that I probably wouldn't have done, but I only think about this because of the question, is that you could probably maybe buy somebody's buyers, like buy their buyers list.
Yeah.
You got 6K, like I'll give you, I don't know, maybe $1,000, $2,000 for, some of your buyers. And then, if you didn't have buyers, now you got some. With the, with buyers, anything is possible.
With buyers, oh, that's a good bad. I think that line right there is sweet. With buyers, anything is possible, dude. Oh, that's true right there. That's a secret right there. That is a secret. That's a secret to wholesaling right there. With buyers, anything is possible. Like, why do you say that, man? You gotta explain, tell the people, why do buyers make anything possible?
I mean, I think we said it before, like there's so many different ways to make money off of buyers. Like you can do JV deals. You can do JV deals. You can find your own deals. You can what can I do with a buyer that's not a JV deal? Well, I would say especially the JVs, because we spoke about that before. Like you can easily tell somebody like, hey, you don't have a buyer, but I do, and make money off of that and not do anything else.
Yeah, you can just
there's going to be people all over Facebook, all over everybody else, and for like, wholesalers, buyers are the holy grail. Like that's what you need more than anything else.
Yeah.
So, I think the buyers, are probably the most important piece.
Important piece.
Because the sellers, like, the wholesalers are going to find sellers. They're going to need buyers. So you're going to be the linchpin that is going to close a lot of deals for other people. And you can close a deal in 60 days with just buyers.
There you go, man.
Like, if you need to make some money in 60 days, you got buyers, you got a chance.
Yep. You got buyers, you got a chance.
I mean, the thing about the buyers is that they can buy multiple properties in 60 days. One buyer can buy multiple properties in 60 days, whereas one seller, you can only sell it one time. Like, you found one seller in 60 days, you might make 10, 15 grand. You found one buyer, you might make I don't know. Depends on how many deals you bring that fit their buy box.
And
But so I think the buyers are the key.
Buyers are the key,
50K,
man.
maybe get somebody's buyers list. There's somebody you can trust enough to sell for them to sell you, the good stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe REI next door. I don't know.
You are dumb.
Somebody like that. I hear his buyers list like 10K though. So
You are stupid, man. But
I made that up. I made that last part up.
dude.
But he probably might sell it for 10K. He might give you half of it for 10K.
So I think that is so right, man. Like with these buyers, anything is possible. You able to run it up. Like you talk about like the big time wholesalers and stuff like that. They got the big time buyers. Like if they didn't have the big time buyers, they wouldn't be big time wholesalers. You know what I'm saying? They up there because they got the big time buyers. It's like, that's what took me from, being low to, making a ton of money. It's like I called enough people, talked to enough people till I ran into a big time buyer. And next thing you know, it's like, whoop, there it is. It's like, it's time to run it up. It's like, dude, and a buyer would turn a dead lead into a deal. It's like, how many people we run into that want to sell their property, but we can't get them to offer that's enough. It's like if I had a buyer that was good enough to buy, that would offer high enough to buy all these properties, like, dude, I would make so much money. You know what I'm saying? So I always say this, if you can find a buyer that will give you offers that are competitive, you see what I'm saying? Like competitive cash offers, you're going to do a ton of deals. Like you're going to do a ton of deals, because if you can give competitive offers, then, your offer is going to begin to get accepted and you're going to be doing deals. It's like you got the buyer. All you got to do is talk to sellers. People are going to want to sell their property. Like sellers is not a problem. There's so many people out there looking to sell. The thing is, can you get them a competitive offer? And
that's the thing.
Yep, if you can get them a competitive offer, boop, you probably gonna get the deal more times than not. When you can't get them a competitive offer, you probably ain't gonna get the deal because somebody else over here got a competitive offer.
It's funny sometimes when they ask these questions, I'm like, man, I'm asking it myself.
I'll tell you, dude. I'm answering their questions. I'm giving myself advice. Yeah, so it's like, dude, I'm telling you, man, like that. Woo. With buyers, anything is possible. I love that, man. So, man, we're gonna keep hitting y'all though, but that's one thing. Like the buyers is what makes the difference, right? I was nothing until I found the right buyer, right? You find the right buyer, that thing just go. It's go time. You just got to find the right buyers, and it's go time. For a wholesaler, like that said, the buyers is the most important thing, man. It's the most important thing. Sellers come and go. The buyer, though, you got to have them. Like, you got to have them. You can pick up anybody to be a seller, but anybody ain't going to be that buyer. You gotta find those buyers. If you can find a good way to find buyers, that gives competitive offers, like that's huge, right? So what else you got, Thad? What you got, Thad? A secret.
This guy says, what else do you got, man? What you got, Byron?
A little known secret to getting a wholesale deal, right? Somebody talking about they want to get a wholesale deal in 30 to 60 days. What's a little known secret that's going to get them that wholesale deal? Something that's not talked about maybe as much.
We haven't been talking about investor lift that much, but as your boy, what's his name, Keithon. Talking about Keithon. I'm sorry, Keithon. He talks about investor lift and being able to find properties on there. You might be able to talk to, Keith Dunn, get your property on there, or go on there, find somebody, get your property put on there, and have a lot of views. Maybe you don't have the buyers. Maybe you find a seller and you just need the buyers. So maybe you can go to somebody like that and have your property put on there, and some money's better than no money at this point. So.
Yeah, I think that's a good one, man. Find somebody that has investor lift, that has connection with buyers, and just feed them some good leads, right? And then you JV with them on deals. So if you're running into sellers and you can't dispo it, go find somebody who probably got buyers and JV with them, send them your leads, and take deals down together. Get the property under contract and then send it to them, right? And then try to get them to dispo it. So what about finding deals on the MLS? That you got anything for that? I would say find deals on the MLS. I would say for sale by owners, call every one of them, right? And even call the properties where they don't have more than one picture. They just got one picture, right? So,
that's true.
You gotta call them up. Like, call them up. The people just got one picture. Call them up. Or the house ain't, the house look like it's just being sold as is. Don't have a lot of pictures. Call them up, right? And then say, hey, you interested in selling this house cash as is? Bam, But if you're gonna go MLS route, you're gonna have to call a ton of people, right? You got to call a ton of people before you run into a deal, right? But you go off market, now you talking about something, right? Because the thing is, if you talking about the MLS, there's tons of people that's looking at the MLS, right? I'm off market. I got properties that maybe me and a couple other people may be talking to this person, right? So, they're probably talking to maybe 2-3 people. They're not talking to a ton of people, right? Not nearly as many that can hit Zillow.com, right? So what's the difference between wholesale and the other ones? What are the other ones? So I don't know what you mean by the other ones. Clarify that, big homie J. Cordero, let me not skip over his question on YouTube, says, hey, Byron, have you seen the new Jerry Norton system to finding free leads? I don't know, but I haven't seen it. But somebody said they tried that and it didn't work for them. But anyway, people try a lot of stuff that don't work for them. But, I haven't seen that. Jerry Norton, somebody else mentioned that Jerry Norton system for finding free leads. I haven't seen it, but, y'all let me know about it, So Anita said, now that's the word that. Cass said, facts. Eduardo said, what about finding? Oh, we talked about finding deals on the MLS. So yeah, man. I think another secret to finding wholesale real estate deals is you probably have to be willing to just put people under contract, right? Just get them. You have to build trust enough to be able to get them to sign that paper first, right? That's the first thing, right? I think building that trust enough to get them to sign the paper is a big thing, right? Because if they don't trust you, that's they're not going to sign that paper, right? And what things build up trust? I would say just looking like a business. You got a business name, you got a business email maybe, and after that, just picking up the phone, talking to people like you are part of a regular business. So I think those things will help you get a deal just by acting like your regular business people, right? You could be excited about getting a deal, but you can't show the seller that you're excited like that and act like, you know, you have to act like you're cool. Everything's good. This is just another deal. This is just another property that we're looking at. You know, it's like, you know, you can't act like this is my first deal or this is, you know, you can't be so happy and jittery. You know, you know, you got to make them feel like you are established.
Is this real estate advice or dating advice?
You are stupid, man. You gotta date, you know, you gotta date that seller for a little bit, man. You know how it is, man. You gotta date the seller for a little bit, man. You got to date that seller, man. You know, that seller want to feel good about what they doing. You know, they don't want to have to question you or doubt, oh, is this person, you know, really doing this or this, you know, they don't want to have to question or doubt you, man. So you can't leave no doubt in the seller mind on, you know, whether they making the right decision or not when it comes to selling their property, you know. So I think, you know, that's a big one, man. You know, that's a big one. So Cordero says, "What's your buying criteria? What's your buying criteria currently?" My buying criteria currently is I like 3 bedrooms and at least 2 baths, but I don't want to go like I don't know. I do 3 bedrooms, 2 baths. I will go 3 bedrooms, 3 baths, but when you start getting to the big properties, I really don't want to mess with nothing like that big. I like ranches. If you can give me a ranch, that's great. I like ranches or split levels. I'll take a split level, right? Give me anything that's on the west side of Atlanta, outside of 285, around Atlanta. So you look at Atlanta, look at the stuff that's outside of 285, right? On the west side. Got that? And I want to keep my purchase price definitely under 300, right? So I want the ARV to be no more than 300. Like 300 is the max ARV I want, right? Uh but I want to buy that property around like 160, 180, 160, maybe 200, right? Depending on the property conditions, right? So that I want to purchase it somewhere in between 160 and 200. And then I want the ARV to be no more than 300, right? We talking about percentage off. I would say give me like I want my numbers to be in between all that, but give me like a at least I think like an 80K spread, 70 to 90K spread. So if the RV is 300, you need to get me down to like, you know, 210, 90K spread, right? If the ARV is 250, get me down to at least, you know, I want to buy it at no more than 180, you know, that give me my 70K spread. So that's my buying criteria. If anybody want to find me deals, I will buy them if you can get me that type of property. All right. So you want to buy it? There you go. Right. I'll buy it. If you find that, I'll buy it. Right. But anyway, so and that's another thing. Like Thad was talking about buyers, right? For people that oh okay, my comment thing was messing up. But anyways, so Thad was talking about people trying to get that first deal. Like one of the secrets that you may not know is that a lot of people posing as buyers online are just wholesalers. But the thing is, if you already got buyers, put on your social media, hey, you know, if you find a property that meet this criteria, send it to me. I'd be interested in making a cash offer, right? So that way, now you got people seeing you as a person that they can send properties to, other wholesalers. Like, oh, this person, you know, he can give me a cash offer. They sending you properties. You know what I'm saying? They send you properties and you get it over to your buyers. Now you got a deal. You know what I'm saying? You keep the $6,000 in your pocket. You know, so you know that's another way, another thing you can do that I really haven't taken advantage of. Thad, I don't think Thad taking advantage of that. Thad, have you done that at all?
You know what now?
went on like Facebook or IG or any
Oh
social
no,
media
I haven't done that. I haven't done that.
and said,
But
hey,
I
if
got
you
another secret for you.
go
Oh, you
ahead,
can
that.
finish. No, yeah, you finished.
No, I'm just saying, if you have buyers, just putting a general criteria out there of houses that you can get cash offers for, right? In this
No,
city,
yeah,
this
I
city,
haven't
this
done that.
city, this city. If you find anything that meet this criteria, send it to me. I can get you a cash offer, right? So I think that right there can get you some. It's getting a lot of people some deals. Some people, their whole business based off doing that right there, right? It's like the whole business is based off doing that, right? And then they get other wholesalers to send them deals, send them leads, and then that's all they doing is just getting it over to their buyers, getting offers, and doing deals, right? So, but anyways, go ahead, that.
I was gonna say a lot of real estate brokers are buyers.
Yeah,
So maybe you might not find that, like, you might talk to an agent. They might not be a real estate investor. They might not be a buyer, but a lot of brokers are. So if you can somehow just get on the phone with the broker, he probably really does buy real estate. He probably is about that life, and he probably does buy properties. Rather than just looking for a random agent, that random agent might have buyers, but a lot of brokers are buyers.
yeah,
They probably have an LLC, and you might not know that they own that LLC and have, and buy properties, but they probably buy properties.
yeah.
So, whoever's a broker in your local area probably buys properties.
Yep.
You know.
Definitely, definitely, definitely. Because Thad running into him all the time. So,
All the time.
yeah. So Aguado said, "What if it's on the MLS? Would you still buy it? Yeah, if it fit those numbers, yeah. But it's rare that something gonna be just sitting around on the MLS with those exact numbers. Now you may go talk somebody down. I'll take it. And if you can find any multifamily west of Atlanta, or I'll take south side, north side too, not the east side, right? North, west, south, but south of Clayton County, you got to go below to like Henry County, down there. We'll take those. But anyway, so yeah, man, we'll take them as long as the numbers fit. We good. But any multifamily on the west side of Atlanta, I'll take it. I'll take a look at that. But anyway, but yeah, man, those are some of the secrets to wholesaling real estate, man. And that's big stuff. Another secret I would say to wholesaling real estate, I think we've talked about this before, especially the people who may have done a deal and got like a little system rolling. Spend time with your VAs and give them more responsibilities, right? Spend time with your VAs, give them more responsibility to the point where they are able to make an offer, send an offer, and put somebody under contract and send that property to your buyers, right? They need to be able to do all that right there. Like they need to be able to do all that. If they can do all of that, you're increasing your chances of getting a deal, right? Because they're able to look at the properties, make an offer, send the offer to the seller, you know, and try to get them under contract. They get them under contract, they're able to send it to the buyer, right? That's huge for them to be able to do that. Like that just increases your chances. Like there's been my lead manager's gotten 4 properties under contract this month. 4 properties under contract this month by herself. She put she sent out the contract, she talked to the people, so her being able to do that is huge. You know what I'm saying? It's like you tell me I got 4 properties under contract and I didn't talk to these people. She did, so like that's huge, man. We talking about trying to do deals, but you got to spend time with them. You got to give them more responsibilities, and trust them, right? You got to trust them to do stuff and know that they're gonna mess up, and then be able to cover your butt, right? You don't let them do something that's gonna daggum take you out. You know what I'm saying? You gotta let them do stuff that you know that, hey, if it go wrong, I still got you covered. I got a way out, right? So Cordero wouldn't want to miss this question on YouTube. Says I can get an offer from buyers I've worked with before, but how do I get new buyers I met to take the time to look at the deals and actually give a solid offer? Woo, Thad, what do you think, man?
How do I get new buyers to take the time
To look at the
that's a
deal and
tough
actually
one.
give solid offers?
That's a tough one. I don't know like if you know how often you talk to your buyers or if you just email them. Some buyers just want to be emailed. Some buyers just want to be texted. I try to like I had a buyer. He would never speak to me on the phone. This buyer was a broker too, but he would never speak to me until finally I got him a deal that was good enough, and then he wanted to call on the phone. He never wanted to call me before, but he thought he sniffed the deal, and then he wanted to call me. So I'm gonna probably say if the deal's good enough, they'll probably call you.
Yeah.
And once they do call you, you build that like rapport, and they'll be like, okay, like this guy's legit, blah 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 blah. And now I had sent him another deal. He called me, and then he started texting me, and now I call him, and he answers the phone. Imagine that. But he never answered any of my texts or any of my calls before. Back then didn't
back then they didn't want me. Now hot they all on me.
Yeah, that's what it is. But so I say you bring them something of value, they will probably call your phone. If they don't call your phone, then they're probably not a buyer.
There you go.
But that means you can't just send them, your worst stuff. You got to send them some pretty good stuff, to make sure that you're not, you don't get filtered out, bounced out of the game or something. But that would probably be what I would say.
Yeah. No doubt, man. You gotta give them something that's good, and they'll be ready to, jump out there and jump on you. I think so. I had a buyer that really didn't get on the phone with me like that. Like that said, I could email him and he'll give me an offer. But like once I started doing deals with him, and I started doing a lot of deals with him, I called him while he was on vacation. And he picked up that phone and he did whatever it took to get that deal done because I didn't try to call him. You know what I'm saying? I didn't try to call him. Like I was like respecting his time. Like even when stuff was going on, I would never call him. And so when I did call him, he picked up the phone. He's like in the middle of something crazy. He still picked up the phone and still, helped us figure out what we needed to get the deal done. So and when you start bringing them value, they see you as a valuable person. They start picking up their phone. You know what I'm saying? Like, they see you call it, and they're like, "I'm picking up this phone," because that person is a money person. Because they bringing you. If I'm bringing you this kind of product, I'm bringing you money, right? It's like, so it's just like if any like me or Thad. It's like if you start bringing Thad deals, like if you start sending Thad properties that he can make money off of. He gonna pick up the phone when you call. He's like, hold on, I gotta take this call. It's like, they're gonna pick up the phone when you call. It's like, but you gotta bring them value, like Thad said. You gotta bring them deals. You gotta bring them stuff that they feel like, ooh, now this is good stuff, right? It's like, so that's the thing. Like, I have people send me stuff. And I look at, I may look at it and be like, man, that ain't gonna work. You know what I'm saying? Like, that ain't gonna work. You start sending me some good stuff, man, we'll be on the phone all the time. You know what I'm saying? It's like, we'll be talking all the time. So, you got to bring that value, man, and people don't mind, sharing back the value and stuff like that. So Anita said, text blast those buyers with the deadline. I never text blasted buyers before. So yeah, I've never text blasted buyers before, but I think I may have texted them, but I never texted them like on a certain deal. Like I've heard of a lot of people doing that though. So Cordero says, yes, spending time with my VAs is paying off big time. I can't thank you enough for that. Can you go over the criteria for her to send the contract? What does she look for before sending it out? So I've already told her, like, kind of the same stuff that I explained to y'all, like how much of a discount we need. Thad has joined us on IG, man. Welcome to the party. So I told her about like how much of a discount we need. What kind of, hey, we want properties that's really under 300K, and we kind of want to take off 70 to 90K. You want to probably want to be on that 90K side, that you want to shave off the ARV, right? And that to start right there, you know what I'm saying, and then kind of go from there. If they take that offer, if they are somewhere in between that, then let's run with it. You know what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and put them under contract. And if we need to go lower, we'll just go lower after we go through and have a buyer inspect it, right? So, like, dude, that's what she do. You know what I'm saying? She go, and if they fall into that, or she can get them into that, she knows send out that offer. You know what I'm saying? So, like, that's a big one. And since she been able to do that and understand that, she been able to, crank the offers out, and she know what to offer people. And I've given her the freedom. It's like, hey, make that offer. You know what I'm saying? Just give them an offer. You look at it and you see, you look at it, and then you just make the offer, man. You know what I'm saying? You make the offer, and then, we'll clean it up on the back end if we need to. We'll clean it up, but just go ahead and make the offer. So yeah, that's exactly what I do. So Cordero said, thank y'all for clearing that up for me. As always, got a bunch of people ready to go this week. Yeah, no doubt, man. Want to offer and close ASAP. Yeah, we seeing these people. We seeing these people too, Cordero, man. Like I said, my VA got 4 people under contract this month. We on the 19th day. You know what I'm saying? We on the 19th day, and she got 4 people in the contract, man. It's crazy these days. And got some more people, lurking, right? So it's crazy, man. I got my first property in Indianapolis under contract. That was big. Got a property in Indianapolis under contract. So and I think I got another one I may be getting under contract in Indianapolis. So getting properties under contract, and that's not like you ain't making money off that, but though that's like, you want to, like, I always see it as, you want to reach out to a certain number of people, you want to get a certain number of people under contract, then and then get them offers. There's going to be if I bet 25%, I'm still going to be good, because that 25% going to be hitting on something. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? That 25% gonna be hitting on something. We talk about getting people under contract, and being able to hook them up with a buyer. Like, dude, if you can do a lot of that, you just look at numbers. Okay, if I get 5 people in the contract, I'm able to get 2 of them an acceptable offer. Well, how about next month, let's get 10 people in the contract, so you can get 4 of them an acceptable offer, right? And next month, let's get 15 on the contract, so you can get 6 of them an acceptable offer. So, like, that's the number game that you want to play, right? You just got to push it. You just got to push it. Figure out, what are you doing to get these people in the contract? Where are they at? What's the price range? Who's making the offers on these properties to help you get the deal, right? So I think that's one of the big things. That's another thing that I heard from Sean Terry that I haven't heard many people talk about. Secret to wholesaling. Look at the last few deals that you've done, right? Where was it at? What type of property was it? Who did you sell it to? Right? And then replicate it, right? Try to replicate that, because that worked, right? People try to go after stuff that they see on, whatever. Dude, go after what worked for you, right? That worked. Try to do it again. And try to do it again. See if there's some type of pattern that you could take advantage of, right? So, like, I think that's one of the big things that I heard, and I've only heard that from Sean Terry, right? I haven't heard that from anybody else. telling me to go back and look at my last few deals, figure out what type of property it was, where was it located, who bought the property, what was the ARV versus how much did you offer, like, you know. And I'm seeing right now, like, I started to do it naturally, right? And I love the repeatables, because it's like I can it's like I have multiple properties. The ARV is about the same, and I offered them about the same. I got them under contract at about the same number, right? It's like, and I got more people, and you know, it seems like it's happening over and over again because I'm targeting that same type of property. And you get good at knowing, and then the VA get good at knowing exactly what's going on. It is like, man, you know, it just started working, you know. So like, I think that's a big one too. You know, I think that's a big one too. So, but yeah, man, the secrets to wholesaling real estate, right? Another secret to wholesaling real estate is, if you want to do it fast, it's probably going to take a little money. Right? So that's another secret to wholesaling real estate, right? Uh, you know, but if you want to do it with no money down, I think the best way to do it is just to dispo, JV and dispo, right? Connect with buyers, because most times connecting with buyers is free, right? I think another thing, that's another one. Connecting with most buyers are free. Like, connecting with buyers most time is free. Connecting with sellers, you got to pay, right? But connecting with buyers is free, and the buyers are the most valuable thing. Right? It's like the buyers are the most valuable thing, but most of the time it's free to connect with them, right? So connect with buyers first, and then get people to bring you the leads, right? So I think that's a good way to go fast in this wholesale thing, man. And I think that's what a lot of wholesalers don't take advantage of. Even me, right? Even Thad, you know, we don't take advantage of the fact that we got buyers, right? And we could get other people to bring us deals, right? We can get other wholesalers to bring us deals, and we ain't even doing that. Right? You know what I'm saying? But we know,
Exactly.
do what that. Go ahead.
No, you're right.
It's like we're not even doing that. Right? So expect to see a post from Thad. You know, I don't know. I know I probably need to do it, but there is like people doing that obviously on like Craigslist and other place, Facebook, all over the place. They do that, and like, you know, I remember even reaching out to those people when, you know, saying, hey, you know, I want to bring you properties or whatever. They were just individual. I wanted to bring you properties or whatever, and they wanted to do a JV 50-50, right? And I knew, I was like, I think like there's a buyer behind this person that I want to try to get to. You know what I'm saying? So, but if you do deals with people like that, then you may be able to get to the buyer. You see what I'm saying? Like, I've done deals. That's how I found some buyers, doing deals with other people, and then, you know, you see you know, if you able to see the paperwork, you look, pay attention, you see who the buyer is, and you able to, you know, get a buyer from doing a deal with somebody else. You might have to split 50-50, but you may walk away with a buyer, right? That'd be well worth it.
Oh,
So, um, but yeah, man, what do you think about that though, Thad? You think that you post on social media or somewhere that, hey, you know, a criteria, you know, this many bedrooms, this many bathrooms, this location, whatever, and tell people, hey, send me these properties, you know, I can get you a cash offer. Would you post that, and how would you make the post?
I think it's a great idea.
Would you make the post like that, or how would you make the post?
I haven't been doing it, like you said. I haven't been doing it, but I think it's a good idea. I mean, hopefully you got some people in your market that you know, if you live in, you know, Canada, maybe, and you're wholesaling in Atlanta, you know, hopefully you got somebody, you know, some properties in Atlanta, but you know, it's still worth the shot.
Yeah.
It's still, you know, it's still worth the shot.
And let's say
it's a good idea, and it's free.
And it's free. Let's say
there's no downside.
I don't think
there's no downside to doing it.
I don't think it's too much downside. But let's say if you are in Canada and you got buyers in Atlanta, start friending people in Atlanta. It's like start friending as many people you can, and like just start friending people in Atlanta, especially on like Facebook. It's like, dude, nobody's counting Facebook friends. It's like, start making friends with people in Atlanta, man. Start calling up agents down here, and start friending people in Atlanta. Start liking people in liking stuff that around Atlanta, just like you lived there or something. So that's what I would do. I would just do that and then just post, man. Because you may be in Canada, but it may be somebody else in Canada that's wholesaling in Atlanta. They finding properties and they can't find a buyer. You know what I'm saying? So, just post, man. Just post about what you are doing. That's what I tell people a lot of times, dude. I don't care what stage you at. Just post about what you're doing. Because there's people that may have properties that may reach out to you. You know what I'm saying? I tell people all the time, dude, I made $100,000 off my job. You know what I'm saying? Off the people at my job. I'm doing deals for people at my job. I made $100,000 doing deals for people at my job. Right? It's like, so you got to let people know what you're doing. Trudy coming through. What's going on, Trudy? So yeah, man, let people know at your job what you got going on, because people may, they may have a property, or they may be connected with somebody that might have a property or whatever. You establish yourself as a person that they can come talk to if they got any real estate, with somebody who need to sell, as is or whatever. So yeah, man. Any other secrets you want to give away, Thad? Secrets to wholesaling?
The last thing that we were talking about the posting, and we were talking about if you were in Canada, if you do got neighbors that are local to you, I mean, maybe you might need to find them some properties in Canada. You're not saying you're looking in the wrong place, but it might even help you, wholesale where you're at. Yeah. Like Byron says, it might not be a place; it's the places wherever buyers are. So if you got some buyers that show up and say that they want to buy in, I don't know, Tuscaloosa or wherever, then make you some money. Go ahead, do your thing. Like you might not have to do Atlanta. A lot of people trying to do Atlanta, but you can make money in a lot of places.
You can make money in a lot of places.
In Ohio or South Carolina or wherever.
Wherever the buyer's at. You
got. They might say, "Oh, can you find me some property? Can you find me some properties here? Blah 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 to you, and you get some new buyers somewhere else."
No doubt, man. You got to be able to go where the buyers are at. Where the buyers want to buy, that's where you need to go, because that's where the money going, right? It's like, so you got to go where the buyers are at, man. So Cordero said, don't forget to tell them about that mastermind. They better get in before the price go up. You are stupid, man. So, I meant to make a post about this mastermind, but let me see if I got anything. I don't think I do really. But I do a mastermind. Is this it? No, that's not it. That's not it. But anyway, so I do a mastermind. And in the mastermind, Cordero was part of the mastermind at one point. But in the mastermind, I give away all of my buyers to the people in the mastermind. All the buyers I have contact with, I give them to you. I basically show you exactly how I'm doing wholesale deals, all the inside stuff you get. And I basically create my Podio system for you, right? And I obviously teach you every week, walk you through my system, show you my system live right there, so you get on the inside. So yeah, man, that's what I do inside of the mastermind. You have the ability to go do ones-on-ones with me and my integration specialist, right? I even bring my lead VA on sometimes to talk to the people in the mastermind, let them she talked to him and tell him like what we look for in VAs, what she does, and all this other stuff. So yeah, man, if you're interested in it, the link is actually below this video right now. You can go check it out if you're on YouTube. And Trudy, you said, will this be replayed? It's on YouTube. Trudy, go check out the REI Next Door on YouTube. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe, Trudy, and you'll be able to see all these lives that we do on YouTube. So, how much profit did you take in as a wholesaler your first year of wholesaling? Ooh, that's a good one. I think my first year of wholesaling, I did like 150 grand. I think my first year of wholesaling, maybe, or 100 grand. Was it 100 grand? I think it was 100, something like that. It was like 100 or 150 because, like, I think in July I made like 43 grand or something like that. So depends on when you say I started. From my first deal until my like from my first deal closing, like end of August 2020 to the end of August 2021. Shoot, I probably made like 200 and some grand. You know what I'm saying? Because that August of 2021, I started going crazy, right? Thad was there, man. That's when that's when that thing really started taking off. That's when we had moved over to did we move? I think we may have moved on the launch control by then. And yeah, man, I remember those properties then, man. They was coming so fast. It was like, dude, we would have like 10 closings in a month. It would be like a closing every week. Like every week it'd be multiple properties closing. It's like, dude, it's kind of hard to keep up with it at first. It was like, dang, man, can't y'all keep up with this. So on IG, it said, do you feel like wholesaling has become harder this year? Yeah, wholesaling is harder this year, but with it becoming harder, you learn so much. Like you get better, right? What they say, like iron sharpen iron. The hard times you will make you better. You know what I'm saying? When the times are hard, you get better. Like that's what you gotta you gotta love it, man. You know what I'm saying? You gotta love the fact that you're gonna get better. And then you look up like, man, if them good times come back around, whoa. I'm really gonna tear them up. Like I'm getting better during these hard times. Stab would say the same thing. He getting better during these hard times. So you appreciate that. And then, as you learn, you just learn to do better and keep going. But I do think it's getting harder, but I think it's more people that is going to be excellent wholesaling. So it's a good time to get started, man. There's still plenty of deals out there to get done. I mean, if I got 4 properties on account, I got 4 people that's looking to sell their property and they sign with me. How many other people got the same stuff going on? You know what I'm saying? So there's people still selling, right? There's people still selling. So they still selling that thing, man. So what did you make in December 2022? What did I make in December 2022? December 22, I did one deal. I did a 15K deal in December 2022, right? But it's like, in wholesaling, man, November, December, January, February are really slow months. And then when March comes, it pick up. And it just start picking up. So that's kind of how wholesaling works, man, at least for most people. So yeah, man, that's kind of how wholesaling works. And then I started like there's properties I could have wholesaled, but I decided to flip them. So you start flipping properties, it's gonna take more time to do a flip. So you have to wait, for those properties closed. But still, it's like wholesaling is slow in general. But if in December, most people is like, hey, I probably should shut it down. You know what I'm saying? And in January, they're like, I should shut it down because people just don't be moving like that. Like who moving around Christmas? You know what I'm saying? So but yeah, man, wholesaling is slow. I would say really last December 2021, I think that was crazy, but it was like an anomaly. I didn't have many deals going on then either, right? I had a monster deal, but it didn't close until January. That's what I'm saying. People just really don't move that much around December. So I think anytime you're talking about December, it's going to be a lot slower than other months. But anyway, so do you have rental properties? I have 4 units, right? I need to have more. So how I got 34 calls per day from investors wanting to buy my house. I must be in a hot area. Yeah, you probably are in a hot area, man, but people calling everybody these days. You know what I'm saying? So people are probably expanding their criteria, calling everybody they can call, you know. So, but yeah, on the property that you flip, do you feel like you could have maybe just as much more okay. If you had wholesale those, no, I wouldn't have made as much if I wholesale them, right? I probably could have wholesaled the house and probably made like 12 grand, but I could flip the house, you know, and make like I flip this house and make like, you know, 40, 50 grand, you know. So like that's the difference. You know, you make 12 grand and you want 40, 50 grand, right? Like that's the difference. You know, I definitely gonna make over 12 grand. So, you know, I ain't in no stress, I ain't in no rush for money right now. So it's all good. So is Colorado a good market? Yeah, I would imagine Colorado is a good market. I think anywhere really is a good market. You know, long, you know, long as you go there, as long as you find buyers, like if you got buyers, it's a good market. If people are actively buying, then it's good, right? So G ESPN Brandon says, how big of a list should I pull starting out? That how big of a list should ESPN Brandon pull?
I think the first list I pulled, well, maybe technically like the second list I pulled was like what do you want to say? It was like $200 something, and we thought we were doing something. So you know, how many buyers do you have in that area? You know, like, do you have any buyers in that area? I would probably get you some buyers so you know what you're looking for. You know, if you have buyers and you know what they're looking for, you could probably spend like maybe $200-300 on a list or something, and see how it goes, see how the responses are going. I mean, you're probably gonna end up spending more than that, but just to start out, maybe like 200 or 300, like just on list, and then from there, you can do more or do less, depending on what's going on.
Yeah, I think $200-300 is good enough.
You know, like you might be doing something wrong that you don't know that you might be doing, or you might be looking at the wrong kind of list, but you're probably not. But I would say maybe kind of do like a little test, like so maybe like $200 or $300, $100 if you don't got $200 or $300, and just see how that goes. But make sure you have buyers there before you, or at least it would be nice to have buyers there and agents before before you jump in. I probably would not just buy a list with no plan on how you're gonna monetize that list.
Yeah, it would be very wise to get buyers before you buy a list, because I always say it kind of narrows you down, kind of narrows in your focus. So you just ain't buying everything, you buying certain properties, right? And then once they respond with yes, you already know you got a buyer that, 9 times out of 10, you got a buyer that would buy that property, right? So like that's what I would say. Make sure you got that buyer first. But I think that is right. Like $200 on the list, $200-300 on the list is good enough starting out. They'll let you see what you're doing, if you're doing right or you're doing wrong or whatever, right? So Trudy says, how do you find a lawyer to close the deals? I mainly do recommendations, right? So like you can go on Facebook groups in whatever area you're in and say, hey, the real estate. So if I was in Colorado, I would type in Facebook, real estate group Colorado, right? Click into the Colorado real estate group, join it or whatever. Type in there, hey, any wholesale friendly attorney's office in Colorado, right? Or in whatever, and boom, 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 people gonna be hitting you up, right? They want you to go over there because they want you to be, hey, tell them Byron sent you, right? It's like they want you to be able to tell. You ask Thad, like, hey, what's a good attorney's office in Raleigh, right? Or near Raleigh. Thad gonna tell you exactly, who yeah. You know, he people like to tell you who they doing business with. At least on that end. So
not buyers.
not buyers, they don't want to tell you nothing about them buyers. Like they'll tell you about all this other stuff, but they won't tell you about no buyers now. No. So Jamie Buck said, "What's up, bro? Hams." So Dominique said, what's go? Oh, they talk to each other. What's good, my boy? What's going on, man? They must know each other. Not wasting no time. What's going on, Dominique, man, in the house? But anyways, man, we hit an hour, man. Thad, we've been on this thing for an hour. Never feels like an hour when Thad is in the house, man. So yeah, man. We came through on the late tip on y'all and got this done. Appreciate all y'all coming through, man. My guy Jamie Buck, Dominique came through. If you want to watch this on the replay, go back and look on YouTube. Anita came through, Alex came through, Ali came through, Trudy came through, Chase came through, ESPN Brandon came through, my guy Cordero came through. We missed Dominique question right here.
Oh man.
Yeah, don't want to miss no questions now, Thad. Don't want to miss no questions. So Dominique says, do you think virtual wholesaling is much more difficult than regular wholesaling in your state? What you think? Thad's done the wholesaling in his?
I think I've done wholesaling in my state, but I haven't done any wholesaling within 30 minutes of my house.
Yeah,
so I don't know.
But I think all of that wholesale has been virtual.
Yeah, I am pretty much exclusively virtual, but I am in the same state though. But is it harder? I wouldn't know. I don't know any other way.
I really think that regular wholesale is harder than virtual. I really do. I think it's easier to virtually wholesale. I think it's easier because like when you're doing like you meeting the people, that brings in a whole nother dynamic, right? It's like I gotta dress a certain way, I gotta meet this person, I gotta go see the house. They probably expect me to know something about like the actual building of the house or something, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. I just feel like every time I go to a property, before, if I go to the property, like I'm trying to get it under contract, I never get it under contract, right? Everything that I've gotten under contract has been virtual, over the phone, over the internet, through text or calling or whatever. So, yeah, man, I think that virtual for me is probably easier than regular wholesaling. So,
does anybody have any secrets of wholesaling for us? Ask the people on YouTube, man.
Anybody got any secrets for what? They can hear you, dude.
Does anybody have any secrets of wholesaling for us? That maybe we did not mention. Yeah. That put us up on game. Help us out.
Put us on game, man. Comment below. Let us know the secrets that you got to wholesaling that you want to let us know about. So Cordero said, oh, okay. I think we missed Dominique question. Then we missed Ali question. Says, you got a date for the next mastermind, bro? The mastermind is open right now. You can go register. Check out the link below. Click the link below on YouTube. You can go register for the mastermind. And we're gonna start when we get like 10 people. So maybe that's by next week, or maybe that's at the beginning of February or whatever. But we're gonna get some people to sign up, and then we're gonna roll with it. So if you're interested in joining the mastermind, man, hit me up, let me know, and we'll get you rolling. But we're gonna continue to shout out the rest of the people. Anita came through. Eduardo came through. My guy Cass always coming through out there in Cali. Tommy came through. I think once again, Ali, I'm shouting you out. You came through. Appreciate all my people who came through. So ESPN Brandon got the last question. do you prefer cold calling or text? I prefer text, right? But I text to call. Like I like to get them on the phone, but I like text, right? I think text is the most effective way to get them to respond, and then I think calling is the way to get them locked up, right? Get on that phone with them and lock them down, right? So, like that's what I would say. What do you think, that?
You know me, man. I feel 100% the same, exactly what Byron said. But that's just, how we feel. That doesn't mean that's the right way to do it.
That don't mean, dude.
That's how we feel.
Dude, there's a million ways to skin this cat, dude. I'm telling you, it's you can, there's people out there making a lot of money doing it a lot of different ways. So, that's just the way that we find to do it the best. And then, as we learn and grow, I'm pretty sure there'll be other ways that we'll, learn how to do deals, right? Like that was talking about pay-per-click. Like if I knew the ins and outs of pay-per-click or had a good feeling about that, of how to do it or how it worked, or I seen or learned about it enough, I would be interested in that. I think it's really effective, right? I think mailers are really effective. Set up a system for mailing. I think that's really effective, right? One thing I like to do is be targeted in my approach. Like I don't want to send out stuff that will go to everybody, right? I like to be targeted to, certain type of properties that buyers buy. But then again, you got like access to all these buyers, then at that point, it doesn't even matter. You just, you can buy anything. So, but anyways, man, we appreciate y'all coming through. We finna get out of here, man. Hey, they calling for you, Thad. They calling for you. They said, "What's that IG handle so I can follow him?" Right, man. They calling for you, Thad. They calling for you.
Man, I'm a little bit older than Byron, so I'm a little bit. Let me catch up with and get hip to the social media. But I'm gonna probably have one by maybe tomorrow Friday.
Tomorrow's Friday, Thad.
Maybe I'll have an official one by Monday. I have one, but it's more of a personal one. But I'll get something set up by Monday.
And hopefully we'll have Thad, visible, on the show tomorrow. That's our hope. I know everybody wants to see him, so, no pressure, Thad. But anyways.
No pressure. I feel like Santa, man. Like, what's tomorrow? Christmas? I'm telling you, dude. Got kids, wishing for me. I gotta be there, man. Show up.
So Alice said this was fire, man. Alice put up the 3 fires. So, anyways, man, we out of here, man. We appreciate y'all going through. Make sure you go like, subscribe, share this out to other people, man. There's other people out here that need to hear this stuff. But anyways, man, appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good one. Peace out.